don't want to tell stories, I just want to inform my heart.
Just to tell our people that women can also contribute their own quota in the development of Ondo State.
It is a well-established nation that while it takes dozens of men to build a camp, it takes only one woman to build a home. On this platform called Arabimrin's Diary, we will be highlighting the activities of the wife of Ondo State Governor, Arabimrin Betty Anyanwu on a weekly basis. You will be opportune to know the various areas of interventions of the office of the First Lady with the aim of improving the lives of women, children, and the entire populace. My name is Timile Falade.
I don't want to tell stories, I just want to inform my heart.
On the maiden edition of the program, we shall be taking a look at the opening and closing of the first and second edition of the annual Be More Summer Boot Camp, a novel initiative to empower young girls on the rudiments of science and technology through skills acquisition on ICT and solar panel fabrication.
Take it back now, yeah. One hop this time. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Cha-cha, real smooth.
All over the world, science and technology are the twin bedrock of societal development. From the laboratories in Europe to the factories of Southeast Asia and even the vast mineral mines of Africa, the end products of scientific researches propels the wheels of progress, charting the way forward for humanity. People are always quick to cite Indonesia, Malaysia and Singapore as nations that have risen from obscurity to prosperity. However, one thing most historians usually fail to point out is the fact that the Southeast Asian giants do not rely entirely on agricultural commodities and mineral resources, but paid much attention to homegrown scientific advancement with information and communication technology (ICT) as its fulcrum. The modest but painstaking efforts of those nations are paying off, and the enviable position they occupy in the global community is indisputable. No wonder developing countries like Nigeria are aspiring to join the League of World Giants by reforming their education curricula in line with unfolding trends, knowing full well that one cannot jump up to stay up, but rather climbing steadily up the ladder of knowledge propels a nation to greatness. Concerned individuals like Ondo State First Lady Arabimrin Betty Anyanwu have been clamoring for proper awareness, orientation and encouragement of young intellectuals in the field of ICT, which is the language of the modern world. It was therefore in line with that dogged commitment to the empowerment of intellectual property of the children who are the trustees of the society's posterity that informed the decision of Digital Mama, as Mrs. Betty Anyanwu is fondly called by admirers, for a relentless passion for ICT to organize the 2-week intensive training session strictly for the girls.
In that part you will see installed memory, right? Yes. Right or wrong? Right. If I'm wrong, let me know. If you can't see it, let me know, please. Click on properties. That's the next. Right, click on this.
potential use. Do you get it now? I'm just trying to give you the introduction of the work. Do you get it now? We all know what solar energy is all about.
It's been marvelous. The children were eager to learn, and when they resumed classes, in fact, this set of children are very fast in learning.
You see that the girls have a lot of potentials. They are very, very good in ICT. In fact, right now, many of them have become ICT gurus. Many of them have become better communicators. Some of them have even started blogging. Many of them have been taught solar panel production. They now know how to do solar oven. They have been taught leadership skills. They are better equipped to go into the society, to be influencers in the society, so that the society can be a better place.
We don't know how lucky you are until later in life. You will not know what you are being given until later in life. And I want you to take advantage of this opportunity. I want you to increase the number of ambassadors. The people who did it last year, they know what they are reaping.
My sisters, I must admit that the issue of the girl child being sidelined is a reality. The African society does not give us much opportunity to be all we can be. Nevertheless, we must dream and we must work to achieve our dreams. Her Excellency Arabimrin has given us a platform to thrive in science and technology. We must make use of this opportunity to significantly contribute to making the world a better place for all. Ma, to the girl children in Ondo State, you are Nelson Mandela, you are Martin King, you are fighting for our rights to enable us to contribute equally to the development of our society in the area of science and technology. Thank you very much, Ma, for your care and concern for the girl child.
To those who may be wondering why the special attention is being accorded the girls, you may not need to probe any further once you remember the saying which goes thus: when you train a man, you train just an individual, but when you train a woman, you train an entire nation. The second edition of the intensive scientific training, codenamed Bimor Summer Boot Camp, started in Ilaramoki, a Federal Council area of Ondo State, and it was an improvement on the inaugural edition held last year. While no fewer than 160 female secondary school students underwent the training in 2017, 400 girls reported at the camp this time around. Bimor Boot Camp for Girls is an initiative of Mrs. Betty Anyanwakiredelu in collaboration with Ashdam Solar Initiative, and it is only a matter of time before the government and people of Ondo State begin to reap its benefits.
When you look at the impact of education on the girl child that will become a mother, we know that any investment in a girl is not a waste. Rather, it strengthens the society. It builds the economy. Name it. There are so much more what we can drive when we invest on our children.
Last year we could see the impact that we created. So this year we just know that it's going to be greater. It's going to be better, and we are reaching out to more lives this year. We are reaching out to more lives, and seeing the girls already, we are already energized to create that impact this year. So it's going to be great, and it feels so amazing to be back again.
During the period of stay, the girls were exposed to energy productions and management, fabrication of solar panels for power generation, electricity, building, as well as health tips, majorly on the prevention of breast cancer. The 400 girls, selected from the 18 local government areas of Ondo State, were equally grilled on the nitty-gritty of information and communication technology, ICT. Moreover, they were prepared with skills for surviving and navigating the future in the form of beautification techniques like makeup and facial beautification, fashion accessories, event decoration, among others. According to the initiator of the training, Mrs. Betty Anyanwakiridelu, the initiative is to prepare the girls for the future by equipping them with skills for self-reliance.
I don't want to tell stories, I just want to inform my family.
The annual Bimor Summer Boot Camp is not just a training ground to inculcate the spirit of self-reliance in young minds, but also a huge step towards attaining a progressive nation. The wife of Ondo State Governor, Arabimrin, who spoke at the closing ceremony of the second week of the 2-week intensive training, said exposing children to ICT and other scientific knowledge is the way forward for a Nigeria of everybody's dream. The event was held at the auditorium of the Federal University of Technology, Futa, Akure. Mrs. Akeredolu, who commended the girls for their commitment and concentration during the summer camp, expressed confidence that a nation with a strong footing in intellectual, technological, and entrepreneurial skills is in the making.
Girls, I ask you to rise up to the task ahead. You must put all you have done here practice. I know English don't practice every day when it comes to light and to be able to do your yoga in your bedroom. Right? You should not be proud of yourselves. You have given it extra to the culture.
Chairman of the occasion, Erelubi Sifayemi, lauded Mrs. Akeredelu's gesture while charging the trainings not to take the opportunity for granted in view of increasing relevance of science and technology in the global arena.
I've always said that no nation can achieve any of its development goals if it is not prepared to invest in women and girls. The investment that has been made here over the past 2 weeks and which has culminated in this closing ceremony in the lives of these girls cannot be overemphasized. These girls have been taught the importance and use of modern technology. They've been taught very critical life skills, and they have had their potential and hidden talents unearthed. I think this is absolutely fantastic. We need to see more of this. I'd like to thank Her Excellency Mrs. Betty Anyanwakiridolu for this excellent initiative. I would like to encourage her to continue and not be tired. And I'd like to appeal to all relevant stakeholders within Ondo State and beyond to support initiatives like this. You cannot, you don't understand how important it is for our daughters, our granddaughters to grow up with confidence, with self-esteem, and to know that there's nothing that they cannot achieve if they set their minds to it.
For the Ondo State Deputy Governor, Honorable Agbola Ajayi, the training is life transforming and timely.
Let me commend our digital mama. You can see that she has impacted the life of these these girls, not by giving them okada, not by giving them small things that cannot give them lasting benefit, but what she has given them is something that will not just benefit the girls, but will also add empowerment and alignment to the nation and entire Nigeria at home.
A real endorsement and blessing for the lofty holiday program came from the Olubaka of Okakoko, Oba Yusuf Adebori Adeleye, who stressed the need to engage the hands and minds of upcoming generation in productive ventures.
It's a well-known fact that when you get time to giving adequate education or training toward self-reliance, it is a nice step toward building a strong and progressive nation. The event of the summer program is certainly a sure way to realizing those great projects, which is to make the state first in Nigeria.
The Vice-Chancellor, Federal University of Technology Akure Futa, Professor Joseph Wakwe, represented by Professor Philip Oguntade, said Mrs. Akeredolu deserves accolades for catching the vibrant girls at their tender age.
I will also describe you as a pathfinder. You know, making way for the incoming generation to find their footing. And lastly, I'm going to describe you as destiny enabler.
Other dignitaries described the 2-week camp held at the Public Service Training Institute, Ilaramoki, as a radical approach aimed at raising mothers who will not depend on the society to fend for themselves and their families.
My advice to these young girls is all what they have been taught, they should keep it, make sure they practice the knowledge they have acquired. They should also impart it to others, because a lot of money were used to impart knowledge into them. They should also try to help the non-privileged that are around them.
About 400 girls have been trained in all manner of skills and empowerment programs such as solar power and ICT technology and other vocational studies. And from the testimonies of all the persons that participated, you can see that it has been very rewarding. And that's why I must indeed appreciate her for yielding her shoulder for all these girls to ride upon.
It is a very, very important program. So many parents have benefited, there's no doubt about that. And I want to say that they should sustain it, continue to spread the gospel. It's a wonderful package, and the parents are really excited.
I really appreciate you, our First Lady, for this opportunity you've granted unto us. Really, really love you, our one and only sister, Mama.
Good day, Salama. I am Arabimrin. I'm here to present the program to Her Excellence, Arabimrin for bringing this reform program to be a success and for encouraging us with young girls. The program goes first. Your beauty shines brighter than the sun. It blinds the eyes of the world. Your strength can't be compared to any other because your capability cannot be overemphasized. You fall in love with young girls as if you're below to control. You let your beauty in their hands as if they were the children of your womb. They place you high in their midst and are filled with joy just as you are filled with fulfillment. Your integrity is unquestionable, and what you think of is nothing but the strong pursuit of excellence. Your manner of practice cannot be overemphasized. Your dreams to make girls become more. Arabimrin, you are more than rose. You drink deep, you think deep. There is nothing like compare in a dictionary for you, because you cannot be compared to anyone. So gentle as a dove to your classification, loving as a moral street. You walk in royals and guided by
program has been awesome all the way. We have girls across the 18 local governments of Ondo State and even outside Ondo State. These girls have been exposed to ICT training, solar training, plus life-changing skills.
Highlights of the event was the distribution of 400 laptops, solar equipment, and cash gifts to the graduates of the Bimor Summer Boot Camp.
Makeup, but I never got the opportunity to go for a makeup class, but the opportunity was given to me here in the Bimor Summer Boot Camp, and I grabbed it like never before, and now I'm very sure I can turn ugly faces into beautiful ones. Also on the solar aspect, I'm very sure that in the coming future I'll bring the idea for Nigeria not to depend on the messy state of electricity, but now focus on solar energy, which involves energy that comes from the sun.
don't want to tell stories, I just want to inform my heart.
That's the size of a package on this week's edition, which of course is the maiden edition of Arabimrin's Diary. The program will surely return next week by God's grace. Until then, my name is Timileyin Falade. Bye for now.